start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Amanda.
Rory. Here. John. Robin. Here. Justin.
Here.
TJ.
Here.
Brenda. Here. Todd.
Anyone have anything for the agenda? Questions or deletions?
Social district?
It's in there.
It's on there.
Oh, it is, okay, sorry. Perfect.
Anything else? No. We started our meeting with public comment. Anyone have any comments? You're on the agenda.
Maybe
Hey there.
The Huron County Hockey Association has always rented the Expo Center from the county for their hockey season. 26-27, they're not sure. They think they may only need to use it half the season coming up. Well, it costs the county about $60,000 to put it together and to tear it down. So that's a huge expense for us to take on for them only using it half the season. Would the village entertain working with the hockey association to have them use your hockey?
I think absolutely.
In the winter?
Absolutely.
And I will pass that on to them when they approach us.
There was conversation early on years ago, about using it, but yeah, for sure. That's
So when we turn them down and say it's not cost effective for us to do it, that they could.
absolutely. I think that's a whole.
Yeah, that would be
Since you'll
great.
have the ice
Yeah.
froze anyway.
Maybe even when they do get their building built, they could still,
Here's yours.
like kids could still come here and practice as well and all that.
All right, thanks. I just wanted to clear it before I said anything. We have a meeting tomorrow.
Is everyone in agreement or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good to have it used.
Yeah,
Sure,
that,
that
for
was
sure.
looking away.
Thank you.
You're-
Oh, yes.
Sorry to have to be back again and complain right the first meeting, but I appreciate everything that you guys are doing with these campers and everything else. I'm still finding just general blight on East Spring Street. The garbage cans are still in front of the house. The car's been on the front lawn for 7 months and hasn't moved. There's garbage all around the east side of that house and on the back porch. And now the gentleman moved out in the back who always cut the grass. So who's cutting the grass now? The car sits on the front lawn, so the grass is gonna grow and it's never gonna get cut underneath the car.
Just had conversations about it, so.
I mean, I understand it was a tough winter and, we've been back 6 weeks now and I'm trying to let everybody, okay, that's warming up.
No, it gets spring, it has been discussed,
Okay,
just recently and,
I appreciate it. That's it.
let's
Thank you.
follow up on that as well.
Perfect,
throughout
thank you.
the week here. Any other public comment? On our agenda first is the Sims and Stooges.
Stogies.
Stogies. I'm just like, I should have known. Request for grant administration. Sorry about that.
So, I'm Robert Simmons, this is my wife Kim Simmons, all right, we do own the Garfield, which is also referred to, well, it's actually the Charles G. Leonard House, and it's on the historical, list of, national historical list of places, so we've invested well over $100,000 into that building over the course of the last almost 2 years, right? The building is still in need of very large repairs, mainly the roof, the windows, and a lot more than that. All right, we have made a commitment to this building, but because these funds are available, and it's not city funds, this is national funds that we can pull into Port Austin, right? But they're from a national level. So we would like to do that with your assistance. We need either a 501c3, right? Charitable or a public entity to actually sponsor us. The bulk of everything we would be doing, okay? We would take care of basically all the administrative work. What this board would be responsible for is basically you'd be the sponsor, so you would take in the money then disperse it once it's done, okay, once the work is done. We as a owner would be responsible for 15% of all these repairs, so no money would be responsible to the city, okay? Any overruns, we would be responsible for. So that's kind of the big picture of the whole thing. But we're trying to rebuild it, obviously, and it's only gonna help this city. Everybody that comes in there loves the place, and we're looking for some help.
We've done this with, I mean, I would call it our downtown development grants and facade stuff, so yeah. Pretty familiar with it.
It is a grant, it's a
Yeah,
called
we did
Run
the lighthouse
grant.
as well.
It's for rural under a certain amount of population, which we fit. And, yeah, so you guys would receive the funds if we even are awarded, right? So once you're awarded, the funds would go to you, we do all the work, we have to pay for it upfront, and then it's a reimbursement program. So we would get reimbursed once it's inspected and everything is done. So.
Amanda, you're, I mean, familiar with
Yeah,
this.
well, not this particular one, but I understand that's fine. Is there anything, did you look at, is there anything for like a resolution that you need tonight to move forward from the village
We
itself,
haven't-
or?
We have a deadline, we have to get it in by May 30th.
Okay.
Because we have paperwork we've got to add to it,
Okay,
so if we can have a decision by then.
What is it, specific wording, like a resolution that we need to, if they voted, like, specific wording for the resolution?
You know what, I'll look into it and I'll send that to you if there
Okay.
is, okay?
Okay.
I'm not aware of exactly what it is, but,
I think we fill out, there's a form that needs to be filled out.
okay,
So you fill out the form, we can help with that, but you accept that you're gonna represent us for the grant.
I'm sure on the application.
Yeah.
Amanda would be, some work with Amanda, but minimal.
It's through,
We'll do
Sure.
all we can to take everything
the
off
State
your.
Historical Preservation Office of the state of Michigan. I think you guys are working with them for
Yes,
this.
Yeah.
a few things.
Couple
It's the
different
same,
places,
the
yeah.
same office. They're the administrator.
So it looks like if you're doing the application prep, then not that much would fall on Amanda.
We'll do everything we can
Yeah,
to
we'll
lighten
do
Amanda's load.
As easy as,
Out of your experience, how much time is spent on this?
like the lighthouse one, it wasn't much. Couple hours for the whole process from start to finish. It wasn't much. It'll just be
Okay.
the time, I'll just put a disbursement in when they have it with the rest of my,
Same as the pocket park.
right, right.
It's not like.
We'll just do a line item.
Well,
Sep-
right,
separate.
the only difference is this being a private business, not a public or non-for-profit, then we should get some kind of reimbursement for your time.
I don't know if we can add that into the grant or not. I haven't
we can find out.
looked into that at
We can
all,
find out.
but
Well, they're in the grant or billing them or whatever, because this being a private business versus a park or a public, building or
I see what
something
you're
like
saying.
that, it
Yeah.
shouldn't be our time and our wages for something that's going towards a private business.
It looks like you have a required owner match though, a minimum
15%.
15%.
Yes.
So possibly that could fall into that.
Absolutely. Yep, that's not a problem.
It ain't gonna be much, I mean, regardless, but what John's saying is correct.
And to be
Well, we
Even-
don't think it's going to be until, something
I
happens.
But
can
and
even,
then-
track
if,
too,
even,
we
even if it's just a little bit,
fine.
it's still maybe the proper.
Right,
way.
but, there should be a general rule of precedence that private versus a park or a public, improvement or something like that is very different, so.
And I don't know if it not to interrupt you, but I don't know if it warrants, they've asked a couple of the other 501c3 entities, and I don't think anybody's comfortable doing the paperwork, is I think what it boils down to.
I don't
And that
think they
makes sense.
understand the process. They don't understand the process. They've never
Yeah.
done it before.
They're
So they
nervous.
just didn't want to do it. Yeah.
Well, this is something I feel that we have done this with our facade grants.
We've done it for that location before.
Yeah.
That's true, we have.
It's not the first grant they've gotten,
So
so.
anytime that we can bring money into the
We
area
understand
is a
that,
great
that
thing.
wasn't us.
Well,
Different
I
owner.
understand that,
Different
but.
Yeah.
And they've changed a lot of the stuff since that too, from what I've
Yes.
heard, so,
There's been a major,
the match and everything
Yeah.
else. so.
Yeah, good for you guys. I don't know why we would wanna slow that down personally.
I agree.
It's a valuable building to town.
Mm-hmm.
If we were entertaining a resolution or a motion, I don't know how it should read right now.
Request for grant administration, so potentially mention,
Facilitate maybe in there somewhere.
And we're applying for it, is that correct? Like, we're
there
applying,
is a specific form you have to fill out, and we are gonna do the grant and everything else. All the documentation, the pictures, the grant, we are writing ourselves. There's just a form you need to fill out saying, yes,
We will sponsor.
you will sponsor us, you hold the funds, and then we do the work. Then we get an inspection, we pay for it, and then once all that's done, we get reimbursed.
how to word all that.
I just had a question before we go a little bit further. Could you talk a little bit more? I'm just not familiar with the facade grant and the other ones. Like, I think, I just want to make sure that we're clear that we're partnering with this in a private company. It's a little bit different than partnering with DDA and other things. So I think we're setting a precedent so that, you know, if other
The
opportunities
facade
like
program was
this.
from when a lot of downtown businesses kind of did a facelift on their places. There was a
Okay.
grant that came around for that.
Yeah.
In the village.
And those are privately owned.
So
also.
that was
And they
similar,
were all
yeah.
private.
Okay, I just wanted to kind of get a little bit more of the.
there were
back-
multiples during that
background on
program,
that.
there were
It was
3 or
done-
4.
It was done twice.
And we
But-
work with the EDC office.
Yeah,
Huron
the
County-
EDC
Huron
office,
County
but-
EDC office on those two.
But it all enhances our our downtown.
Like maybe about 6 or 7 years ago, we did sponsor another grant for the Garfield location as well, which, was it 6 years ago?
It was
Right.
Yeah, probably more than
a
that.
lot more than
Pre-COVID.
Probably like 12 years ago.
And that one dealt with improving workforce, and there was a
Yeah.
bunch of parameters with that.
Right.
Because Engler was the governor.
Yeah, 'cause it was.
That's long.
Yeah.
It was when I first.
So-
moved back up.
We've done
my goodness.
similar
Okay.
type requests.
So it has a motion to,
To be that, I would word it as that we would, Port Austin, the village of Port Austin would be the applicant of record for this submission from, from Sims and Stogies for this particular
Auburn Rural Heritage
Ditch Partnership Grant application.
So probably just reworking your first paragraph essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
were you making that motion, Justin, or just?
Saying how it should be worded.
Yes, I'll make the motion that the Village of Port Austin serves as the sponsoring entity, as listed here for the Michigan State Historic Preservation Office, Paul Bruin Rural Heritage Partnership Grant application. And I think we'll just say with the condition that Amanda's time is
Reimbursed,
is reimbursed, so
compensated.
it's compensated for any administrative related expenses incurred, and that would be paid from external funds.
The Simpsons.
That's fine. Yep.
I'll support.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Right.
All those opposed? I think it's a great thing for sure.
It is.
I do too.
We need it.
Thank you so much.
On second on the agenda, our new hire,
Yep, everybody, this is Ethan Wisner. He's our new DPW guy. So he's been with us, put him to work, the beginning of last week, so yeah, been getting lots of stuff done. Getting him, acquainted with everything we've got going, so, yeah, it's been good.
Chuck, welcome.
Welcome, yeah, thanks for being here.
and pay rate it says. Is there a question?
Yeah, just to, so you guys can make a motion to set his, officially, that he's an employee and set his rate, he agreed at $14.50 to start, so.
Did we do that last month though?
So we can.
We did set, we talked about.
We
Yeah,
said that
'cause
he
we
would
talked
come
about-
in where
moved Aaron up and.
Right.
and
Yeah,
then-
move Aaron up, and
Yes.
then I think we just, that we work with the committee to hire somebody. So I just wanted to make sure everything was square for the calls.
I believe we're set on that.
Everything's good.
Okay.
Welcome. Any other questions for? Golf carts on Main Street or in, we're allowed by the state.
On the M roads.
Yes.
I reached out to MDOT and they clarified that they would only be allowed in zones that are less than 30 miles per hour speed limit. So basically, on Lake Street from State up to the corner, and then Spring Street from Veterans Park driveway to the corner. So it's not a lot. They also require special signage and even lanes for them to ride alongside the main traffic, the
Oh, which
vehicle
we don't
traffic.
have.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a
Oh,
Game
lane,
changer right
special
there.
lane, oh, I guess.
And actually now they're allowed, well, they're allowed on our village streets and they are allowed to cross the M roads to get to restaurants and you know, events and things. They're just not allowed to drive on it. So I don't, and he also said we would have to pass an ordinance, well, we'd have to modify our ordinance to add that after we made the application and if they approved it.
But because of that special lane, that's,
Kind of a deal breaker, we don't have the space.
oh, I didn't know about that. Hmm.
He still have a special lane?
No.
Oh, I don't know what they do.
They don't consider that a special lane out there with the parking where you can park?
It's more of a parking.
Yeah, that's,
place.
no, it's
Yeah, well,
strictly a
it's not
Yeah,
two-lane
just
road.
think of people, I mean, they do already, let's be honest, and
Yes,
it's a small area, but they should be able to drive into the farmer's market and use it downtown, but
Well, yeah, they can cross, they just can't come up
mhm.
right.
20 or Lake Street.
It's a very short stretch.
You
for-
come down Spring Street, you come to stop, you wanna just turn and
Yeah.
use businesses downtown or park here to go to the market, it's just,
Mhm.
is there, can you try? Can we all try and then see, like, tell them we just don't have that, and, I don't know, just, or is
You
that,
mean apply for it or,
yeah.
sure, we can send an application. see what happens.
How's everyone else feel about it?
I
I think
mean,
it makes sense, but not only if it.
I think it makes sense too, cause it's going on anyway, right? It does definitely it covers the area that we'd be concerned about, right? Being able to get to the businesses and around there, and then still come out with, that you can still get in and off at those other points.
Mhm.
I think it's worthwhile, but it's also too, like, I can see the other side of it, like, is it that big of a deal? But I mean, we've opened the whole town up to golf course, why wouldn't we want our business area? You know, the part that we really want people traveling to and, you know, spending attention at.
And when the farmer's market is going on and we close this whole street right here, technically you can't go from one side to the
Cross.
other. Because you
No.
can't go to the stoplight
That's
and
true.
go straight. You would have to
You
get
down
on
to
the main road to
Washington
hit
And
Washington or Beaver
Dead
Street.
ends.
And then they have to
Walnut Street.
take the most direct route,
So-
so they'd be rolling up
Yeah, so I
Lake
mean,
Street anyway.
technically, in a weird technically, they again, I mean, which is one reason I think they should.
I mean, if they're doing it anyway, do we need to classify it? I mean, is anybody really enforcing what is supposedly not a golf cart area now? If we're not writing tickets or violations for being on that street, then what are we really benefiting from this unless the county or state comes in and starts writing tickets for it. I
They
just
could
don't
do
know
that.
that it
I guess
seems,
so they don't. Or people are doing it already, shows that this is a want or a need. I'm just,
well, I mean, again, you don't have the lane for it. I just don't know that we need to make that extra designation for,
I feel like that I've been in other towns that have golf carts on the state highways that don't have a special one.
I mean, do you know, Robin, offhand where the language is about that? Because I see something here about adequate physical space is available within the highway right of way for a person to operate a golf cart as near to the right side of the roadway as practicable.
I mean, that's pretty.
But that's very
That's
generic.
in his email.
No, this was in
Oh, in the
this is
law,
actually in the
okay.
guidelines, not in the email.
That's pretty
Did he
broad.
outline it in the email where he said there needs to be a special
I
lane? or-
thought so. I wouldn't bet my life on it.
Okay.
it's something we can follow up on, but
Yeah.
only if,
I mean,
if we all feel that this is something we want.
yeah, I guess I'm not seeing it in here in the actual guidelines, like the detailed language where it's specifying like a lane with a certain number of feet or something like that. It's more just this generic wording, but I haven't.
Yeah, I
I
remember
did-
seeing something about specific signage saying that, golf carts can,
They
Traverse
mention
here.
the signs, because they say stake all proposed sign locations, prior to the on-site field review.
Yeah, it's definitely
So the
involved.
signs are there.
There's quite a few signs it looks like that need to be put in. I mean, it's not a small, I mean, it's a relatively
like a-
small expense, but I mean, it's gonna, it'll add up in terms of the actual signage and then
Couple
installing
blocks,
it
right?
and putting it in.
seems like a lot of work for something that's really not been inhibited yet.
if we do apply, they have to respond within 60 days. And then we would have to modify our ordinance and
I do know that our local law enforcement is saying something. I know of a couple people. That's where this
You mean
started from.
ask them to
Yeah.
get off.
Yeah, I guess one possible consideration that I would have is that, I do know that, right now, occasionally we have, people driving on these anyways. And let's say they can drive on here, they're still gonna be driving, I think, in this areas where, it's greater than 25. And I still think it's, I still think there's gonna be areas based on just the layout of town and everything where I think we can potentially expect golf cart traffic where it's prohibited. Like, I mean, it's happening right now, and I think this is gonna open up a small extra area, but I think there's still gonna be enforcement related issues and golf cart related
Yeah.
issues of driving those vehicles in areas that are where it's prohibited. So I think I don't think it's gonna it's not fully going to eliminate the problem of golf carts going in prohibited areas. I think it's just slightly moving it maybe.
Also not, I don't see it as a problem either. I mean, he's just saying like technically.
Yeah, well, I guess a legal issue
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah. Well, other than safety concerns, I also wonder about allowing them to park on Lake Street because we already have such limited parking anyway.
Mhm.
I mean, what's the difference if it's a car with 4 people in it or?
Golf
Well,
cart with
that's
four
true.
people.
That's true.
Yeah, I can definitely see both sides of it.
I think that just talking about it now, I mean, and realizing, we literally closed the road down here and isolate the golf carts either one side or the other,
Mhm.
technically by the book as it. They have, you're coming down Spring Street from the east, you come to the light, you have nowhere to go. And if we did do this, it would allow you to at least go through here, turn on across from the water plant, I guess.
Well, yeah, you can get down and on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we're not gonna get it done this summer though, unfortunately, with all the rules, but
Yeah.
we maybe look
Can
back
reach
and
back out to
explain to them and
and,
like, our situation maybe. Everyone agree to just just to have more answers?
Yeah, I think we definitely need to understand that extra lane or the clearance thing, right? Because if it's a showstopper, then we're wasting our time, right?
Mhm.
But I feel like it's happening in other places. So. Yeah, let's.
No decision, just get some more facts.
Yep.
Next we discussed it last month, was the social district.
So I put some packets together on this actually, so everybody can.
The social district designates an area of town where people can have, I guess, open,
Has everyone got one? There's one more. So there's a lot to this, so just touching high-end points, right? So first and foremost, the village would have to adopt this. And then what happens if we do adopt it, right, is we go to the Liquor Control Commission with a form. They would come out and approve our designated social district, right? And then after that, any of the bars or businesses within a liquor license that's acceptable to work in the social districts also have to apply, right? So it's a two-step process. The first process can happen very fast. Like we could say, hey, here's our plan, and here's where we'll get into the map as we go. Actually, let's look at the map while I'm talking. It is, so 4 pages back, it looks like. So, you know, we'd put this plan together, and then once they say, okay, we're good with it, we would put the signage into place and set up all the rules and parameters, right? And from then there, they will say, all right, the social district is a thing, Port Austin can operate this, and then bars, restaurants, whatever with acceptable liquor licenses can apply to actually be in the social district. So there's a lot of so part of a social district is like not just people traveling from location to location, but also having common ground where people can gather, socialize, hang out, right? So that's a key function of the social district, right? There's a lot of rules that come into place as far as like what can and can't happen, things of that nature. There's also a lot of like, there's a lot of things the village can do to like guide it so that it doesn't become wild and crazy, and so curfews and open and close times and all that stuff has to be designed as part of the plan. From there, like you'll see like there's the little emblem in the corner. Like we have to by the state have a designation that is our emblem, and any container with alcohol in it that leaves a building that's registered to do this has to have both our logo on it and nomenclature stating where it came from. So like we'll use the landing as an example, right? They would have to have this logo or whatever we design as the logo, plus something saying, hey, it came from the landing, right? That then can be transported any place throughout our social district, right? And consumed, drank, anything you want to do with it. It cannot go into the next establishment, right? So you can't take it from the landing and go into Sims, right? It has to stay outside when you go into Sims, but when you come out of Sims, you could buy another drink that would be accepted into the social district, right? There has to be signage entering and leaving the social district. So any streets where you can enter or leave the social district, we would have to have signage. Bars and establishments may or may not participate. So just so you're in the social district, like let's say you were and you didn't want to do it, right? You don't have to partake, right? Like you can say, no, this is not for us. We're not going to do this. So that's the gist of it. I do think there's some downsides to it, obviously, but I also think it's a very, the nature of Port Austin leans well to this, right? Like we're a social town, right? It allows mingling throughout town. It keeps people out in town longer, going to stores and doing things of that nature. It's a unique reason to come to Port Austin if we did this, other than what we already had. And then on the front is just bullet items of the criteria and steps that we have to go through to do this. Any business on here that is listed has not been contacted, or they are just businesses within the preliminary plan that was laid out for a business district. So if you look at the business district or the social district, so we always talk about business district. So if you look at the social district, the way we currently have it laid out, it would include everything down Spring Street, Lake Street, and then down to Sims is where we illustrate it. And talking with them, Bird Creek Farms and the Wash are not out of perspective, but it was recommended that we would start with a tighter business district. If it's successful, ask to extend it later, and it's probably not that big of a deal. And then you'll see on this map up for discussion, we designated like the beach area and the pavilion area as social districts, or as common areas for the I'm blanking right out, social district. So that's the gist of it. Questions, I guess, that I may or may not be able to answer, but if I can't, I'd be more than happy to.
Did you just kind of just, maybe you came up with the district right now?
I just came up with the district, correct, showing like, just so we had something to talk about essentially, right? So, obviously the rhyme and reason was to incorporate any of the restaurants, bars that could partake in it that are centrally. After that, it was just lines put on a map, right? So it could definitely come off of here or go on here.
Like the section of Veterans Park should be part of number one.
Yup.
And then my other thing as I was just looking at and listening was maybe it should go all the way to Lake Vista. I mean, let's say you want to have a drink and then
Walk back.
walk back to your place. That's where people would be staying. Like it's, Lake Vista Beachcomber.
Would that be the same going back to Blue Spruce? Or does that hit
I
that?
guess I'm thinking no, because, well, I don't need to.
You're gonna get really close to the blue spruce.
Oh, but then again, you're already at.
That's what I'm
Across
saying
the
right there.
It's my first meeting, so I don't know how this works, but we checked into it. I actually talked with our rep, and you do have to have two sponsors, meaning two businesses that want to participate.
Correct.
Yes,
Okay.
Correct.
contiguous.
Yeah, we
Yes.
know that.
Okay, and another thing is, just from our experience, 4th of July, for example, all the people sitting on the lawn over at Sims, they bring their coolers, that's a violation for us. So a social district would be very beneficial, so we don't have to be the police, right?
Yeah.
When that happens. But if it could continue down to the other hotel, 8510, because they have the same thing where people are sitting there with their own alcohol.
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So,
I think definitely a good point. Agree with that. Some of it we have to play with too to stay within their like
I get it. yeah.
parameters, right? I don't think getting up to Sims is a big deal because you're an establishment that's going to partake in it, right?
Right.
If we start extending farther and there's nothing down there, right?
But my point is, if they have open intoxicants and they're sitting on the lawn at 8510, right?
They're
4th of
legal
July
anyways, but they're
parade.
legal anyways.
What?
They'd be legal anyways.
Because they're not a private residence at that point, right? Because you don't have a liquor license at
Right, you have one at Sims,
Correct.
that's correct,
Correct.
yes.
So, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, absolutely. And I think, like, I've asked a lot of people about this too, and they're like, well, you guys do that anyway, right? And it's like, well, so, what, in some ways, it doesn't probably change what we do, but it makes people comfortable doing it and feel safe doing it. It puts guidelines to it so we can stop it when we want to stop it, right?
I'll add one more thing. Have you been to a town that's been a social
Yeah.
district?
Couple of them.
Yeah, so if you go to them, I've seen nothing but success from
Milford that's where we live right now.
Yeah.
Milford.
They just added it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I agree. The ones I've been to, like Wyandotte, I think Royal Oak, and,
Ferndale.
New Smyrna in Florida. The signage is really good, first of all, and,
It's on the sidewalk too.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
I just saw it on, like, eye level.
You are entering, you are leaving.
Mm-hmm. And then right by the leaving part, they have trash. And you
Yeah.
would see that sometimes people would finish up and their cup was in there, Brandon. You know,
Yep.
like you said, this packet is actually excellent.
And that all has to be like when we submit, if we submit to the Liquor Control Commission, all that's part of it, like where are you gonna have trash containers, you know, all that kind of stuff is all part of it. So, yeah, is any, like, so timeline, if we agreed to this, right, like, this wouldn't happen that fast because we're not ready, but let's say we had everything in place and ready. It only takes the Liquor Control Commission a day or two to approve the actual social district. It takes the actual bars that apply 2 to 6 months to get through the application process, which is not difficult. It's just they have a stack of these things to do, and that's what it takes to do it. So, and then each bar owner pays, I think it's a $250 fee and a $75 inspection fee. It's part of the cost of the businesses.
What have
In
you heard?
fact, like getting 2 bars, I hope that would not be a problem. So if you guys are in, I know we have 2.
Yeah, I think it would.
And I like how, I mean, it does go to the wedding barn, that was.
Yep, that's,
I was picturing the wedding barn, but then I was thinking about the motels on the water where they go back there, they wanna be on the, go sit on the beach.
yeah, the wedding barn was intentional. You know, actually that whole area was pretty intentional. Veterans Park was like, it was, I wasn't debating amongst you guys, but I was talking to a colleague, I was like, and they were kind of like, well, maybe you don't want, so we just left it out. Not a big deal to add it.
I don't think we should add them. If there's too many kids that play.
Right, and that would be up for debate, right? I mean, so, yes.
Is there a stipulation in there at all about crossing a street with a beverage?
No. No, you can walk anywhere.
I did talk to them about it. You have to be specific. If you do allow them in the streets have to be closed off. Otherwise, it's sidewalk only. Sidewalk
Makes a
only.
difference.
You're
So
crossing
don't
the street,
carry
you're
across.
fine.
Yeah, Yeah.
But you can't just let them walk in the
Oh,
street.
yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about insurance? I think this is,
Amanda actually checked into it.
what is it?
I'll let you.
It's, our insurance actually encourages it. It's a reduced risk for us on our side to have a social district.
Ah,
Surprisingly.
it is
Puts
surprising.
the burdens on
It-
the.
Yep, and
the
setting
bars and the
boundaries.
people.
Our insurance pays for it.
That's good to
Yeah,
know.
setting the boundaries, the signage, no problems.
I believe last month, I mean, it felt like the farmer's market people thought there was a chamber, I'm speaking on behalf of them, I mean, they did sound like they were in favor of it,
Actually, they did. The
referring to
three,
some of the other vendors that they had.
mhm.
So I'm fully in support of this myself, and in fact, to the point that I will champion this if everyone agrees to do it.
I'd support it. Seeing how well it works in other downtowns.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I don't know, there's just a nice vibe when it's very clearly defined.
Yeah.
Which is, it has to be.
Yeah.
My biggest concern is how do we police it? Literally police it.
Well, that's one problem. The next problem is depending on where you put these zones. You do this down at the beach, now you've eliminated everybody's coolers, everybody bring their own beer. You cannot bring alcohol in from the outside. So you are forcing people to literally bring this in from these businesses only, which means people can't bring their own coolers, can't bring their own alcohol.
Is that for sure?
No outside alcohol. District rules include no outside alcohol. So any place that you mark as a district means you have to be in approved cups only, no outside alcohol. So
Okay.
you are limiting people that have coolers, bring their own stuff, anything like that. You are putting on the restrictions that if they bring a cooler or bring anything in there.
But
they
we can
can't leave
also
with it.
too, like, we can split the beach, or we can put it on the boardwalk, or we can, like, right, the defining area.
Well, whatever area you're defining, then that's just one more boundary that has to be marked and enforced. So just remember,
Those are private property. right?
It'd still be, you know, he would only refer to the sidewalks technically.
Correct.
Is this something that you wrote up? This, or is this a copy off of something?
This is just put in the clean version. This is, most of this information is right off the MLCC's website. So it's all legit. I did talk to the MLCC in length. So there's nothing here that's not factual, and they're very easy to communicate with. They're super easy to communicate with. I was actually given the girl this is her thing, like this is her specialty. So yeah.
Can you read, I mean, if we wanna set a committee and look at the area, I mean, once again, I think we're
Yeah.
late for this year. But
I don't know that, like, honestly, I don't know that we are. I think we could be open and going by Labor Day with it.
yeah, that was the Washington Summit.
Yeah.
that's.
But I don't know why we'd, honestly, if we think we're gonna do it, like, I mean, I know how I operate. Let's charge and do it. Let's not like wait till the end of summer and start for next year.
So TJ, what about the area that's like by the little shops?
The Village Greens.
Mm-hmm.
So the map is not, and this was not built to be a map that we'd submit to the government, right? This was a quick picture of.
Still actually.
So the Village Greens are probably actually it's for sure in this map, because if you look, we're going all the way
It
to
is.
State Street. So,
Right.
you know, this map is not scale accurate by any
Right.
means.
But couldn't that be, instead of the beach,
Yeah,
couldn't
absolutely.
that be one of the zones that are
100%.
common area?
100%.
Okay.
That would make more sense, I would think.
To me, because then
Yeah.
people could bring drinks there, whereas taking them to the beach. You're right about coolers and things.
Yeah, I
That would
I
not
don't
go
not,
well.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think that's a good
I
thought.
don't like
Right.
the beach idea at all. I
I
think
don't
between the trash and trying to enforce that and trying to restrict it and everything
Yeah.
else is gonna be a nightmare.
I could
I would think the
imagine it
greens
over
would probably
there.
be one of the best areas, A, proximity, and B, you kind of got a
It's a safe.
defined, you know,
Very much.
boundary
Yeah,
that can
there's
be,
bands there,
right.
and in the fall, there could be a bonfire or something, fire pit type of thing.
Yeah.
So,
With the
I
tree
think-
lighting and all
yeah,
that.
the tree lighting would be within the district, the social district.
Right.
There's a lot to be said for this.
Yeah, and John, I don't disagree. The beach was thrown out like, this was just like a talking point, right? This wasn't like
Right,
the end
right.
all be all.
No, you had it,
Yeah.
colored in as a common
Yeah.
area, and I think that's just a lot of problems with the
Yeah.
beach. Number one, size and shape and everything else.
But definitely an issue.
and then
Here, whether
walk
it
the
be
break wall
zone
with it.
2 or the
Yeah.
greens area, I think would be that.
And we don't want people walking around the general DDA area with beers that aren't bought from, because we don't want coolers of beer anyway, lugged
Right.
around in this area, right? I mean,
Right.
so it's a different perspective.
Mhm. Well, if we need a proposal, I would propose that we proceed with the social district, pursuing the process through the state with TJ as the lead person. on it.
We should have a committee, so Brenda and TJ.
Well, we need a committee.
Obviously, and
I'm fine,
I
yeah.
have to be on it all too.
Yeah,
You all right with that?
yeah, for sure.
With or without the beach.
Do you think we should have a,
Just
Without-
bring
Well,
forward
that's
some
right.
questions answered next month? I mean.
Yeah, I think that's what, let's, like, as a committee, we'll get ready to like bring something back next month.
I'd like
So
to know
that's
about the
what we-
outside alcohol too.
Yeah.
I mean, just more clarification on that.
Okay. So,
I think you should be able to, you know, you walk to the wedding barn or even kind of have a drink or have a drink.
Well,
And
then,
walk-
then
and walk-
that's,
I'm
you're
saying,
defeating the whole purpose if it says no outside alcohol and approved cups only. The businesses have to have specialty made marked cups saying where it's coming
Well,
from.
not from there, but let's say you have a drink between the wedding and the rehearsal, what they always do, and then they walk down to the wedding, like, that's what, it's included in the zone
But
currently.
they don't sell alcohol at.
No, but
wedding.
you walk from, they don't, but you walk from a established place to go to the wedding. That's right, that's what I thought.
Okay,
that
that's,
was too-
I mean,
It's on here, I know. I'm just
You're not
reading.
supposed to take it from one,
you'd
purveyor
have to
to
leave it
another.
outside
Yeah,
the
but
venue.
you get it when
You
you
have,
get there.
you have to throw it out technically. Technically, when you were leaving the social district, you'd have to throw your drink out at the
Mhm.
can we provided and then walk into the wedding.
Yeah, which is,
Mhm.
or to the hotels. And
Or
I think
correct.
I think that's a big part
It's
of
the
it.
exact same.
Mhm.
It'd be no different, like, right, it'd be no different, like, your hotels, right, it's not a common area, but if someone left the landing and is going back to your hotel, right? Technically, they're leaving, right, the area, they should throw their drink out, right? It's no different.
Yeah, our common area just is the sidewalk stuff.
Correct, common area or a gathering.
And that would be a consideration that I would also suggest the committee look into would be the east side over there by the bar and everything. I don't think there's sidewalks over there, so, I don't know if we'd be able to. how we-
And
how
it's
we-
residential,
and
a lot of it.
I mean, it's a business district, but with residential
So
places.
if you were walking from the bank restaurant and stay on sidewalks,
Just up one block.
I think there's a sidewalk on
if you're not allowed to
on
cross,
this side, on the north side of the road,
yeah,
all the way down.
Does it go all the way down?
Yeah, to the
it
bank,
does cross
to
the
the one
street
bank.
though.
Yeah, just something to
Yeah.
make sure that it's covered, like, make sure that there's sidewalks and all over there, but
Mhm.
like on, what, Bird Street there, I don't think there's,
Bridge. I
or
think it-
Bridge.
It says Bird, but
but
it's-
Bridge, I don't think there's
Easily
sidewalks
overlap
down
this
there,
one
but,
too.
yeah. I think,
Okay, so
But I just
clarify
want to
the
keep the
outside
ideas going. for the
alcohol
committee. Yeah.
and sidewalks or,
yeah, I guess just how that would factor into the feasibility of the areas, making sure that if we are expanding it to certain areas.
I think if you're walking in the social district and you want to walk, and it happens to butt up next to your own private property, you don't got to throw your drink out. You can walk on your own private property for sure.
Yeah.
Or onto any of the motels.
Yeah.
This is, we would just be talking about the sidewalks and.
Right.
Village Green, farmers market areas.
we'll keep on looking into that.
Yeah, I would like to for sure have something put together
For June, okay,
The outside alcohol consideration too.
I put that down,
Where-
yeah.
All right, anything else on that? No. Harbor webcams.
So we've had the Huron Economic Development in Bad Axe does not want to pay for the webcams anymore for the harbor that are currently housed down at the DNR site, the access to them. They were wondering if we wanted to still keep them. And they pay $250 per year for those. There was a grant, I think, back in the day that
Who's paying it right now again?
Economic Development in Bad Axe, Carl's old office.
and they're paying it to whom?
Air Advantage.
Well, price is.
And
expensive.
what is their advantage providing? Just the cellular service for it or the actual cameras themselves?
I think the cameras, because when they go down, they're down for a while. Issues.
Okay, well then that's
just
the
guessing.
issue. If we're paying $250, what are we getting for it? If a camera goes down, is it gonna be up to us to then take care of and maintain and replace? Or is that Air Advantage's job Or are they just providing the remote service of showing the video, but the camera, the hardware is actually up to us?
I don't remember the camera and the hardware. The problem we're having right now is like they're housed in the DNR building
Mhm.
and they went down during the wintertime. Nobody can get a hold of anybody at the harbor to go reset, you know, routers, whatever. So there's 3-4 months that there's been no camera up as well. So
Well, that's another.
yeah,
That's
do
another
we
issue
do we
too,
also do we
because-
move a location? I guess is
But I bought them.
in yours point differently, I think, than what these do. Correct?
Yeah, no, he just asked, cause I had.
Yeah, there was a, yeah,
So
I
the
was just
storm-
curious, cause
the
there's
storm
another
chasers
company.
have a camera on top of my building that like, I mean, I had to buy it and then they give me advertising rights. Now technically that camera can point out and go that, it'll go anywhere. It doesn't really
Well, I think a lot of people use these cameras. above and down.
They do. I get a lot of
Yeah.
emails when they're down for sure.
Are they like the cameras that like point out at the lighthouse and
Yeah.
like,
In the marina, and like you can see the boat launch.
The boat launch.
I don't
You can
think they point at the lighthouse. I think they've got one that's like aimed at the boat launch and then it's like the general harbor mouth area. But I'm not sure you can actually see.
I thought the lighthouse one was.
The
on your
lighthouse
building.
has
It
drone
is.
cameras
Yeah,
that are.
okay.
and that has something to do with Lou Schillinger. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, so we have, the Lighthouse Association has our own set of cameras on the hardware store also. that I'm trying to get broadcast into the Welcome Center again. But I'm working with that guy. Those are not open to the public outside of that.
The price is reasonable.
I think.
Well, again, but what are we getting? That's what I'd like clarification on, is what is the $250 getting us? Is that hardware or is that just service, a license lease?
I definitely think.
I mean, I
so.
work
Per
with
year
cameras
with
a
the
lot and I know
license.
there's like, they can be very expensive. You can pay hundreds of dollars a month just for permission to do it. And that doesn't count the hardware. So what is $250 getting us? That's what I'm curious about.
Also, the webcams is all I know. Good question. I didn't know to ask that.
And I guess that's what we need to find out. And I think before we decide anything, I'd like to know what we're getting for it.
Mhm.
If not, we do our own or do something different. But if we're not getting,
Hey Amanda, who would we pay who would we pay the $250?
Air Advantage, I think, or well, what is it? TEC,
So
Air
we,
Advantage.
the contract would just.
It would
it
move,
off.
yeah. Whatever's in that contract. I
I'm
guess maybe I can get a
assuming-
copy of that.
I'm assuming we're just paying for the service for it to be linked.
that's what I'm thinking. And it's like, okay, then it's up to us then to maintain any kind of hardware replacement and anything else.
I don't think so, but I mean, that's just, I don't think that, that's all it is.
I can ask those
Oh,
questions.
I wouldn't bet on it, because a camera, an outdoor camera, you can't get anything decent for under 150.
Yeah, look, that camera we put on top of stairs, like, it was way more.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
When are they shutting it down, do you know?
I don't know if they are until, I think you have a date that said, we're done. They didn't say that.
Amanda,
Is it up
you're-
now? Does anybody know?
The other thing I'm just remembering from last meeting when you told us that Air Advantage is gonna pull out of their contract on the water towers, so is there even any service for that webcam?
Exactly.
I was thinking of
Another
that
6 months.
too.
Well, they've got fiber stuff in town.
But
I don't know if
they
that's
have
off,
fiber to the
I don't know if
harbor.
that's off fiber, if that's off.
I think it's probably just
Wi-Fi.
wireless. to the
Cellular.
tower.
Yeah. I don't know how that one's hooked up.
Would be my
So,
guess, cause that was done long before the fiber was put in.
okay, I will ask some more questions.
I'd be amazed if they ran any kind of fiber out
To the web.
just to a camera.
Oh, is it? I was just
Yeah.
looking at
Thank
that.
you.
You know, must turn to.
It's a popular camera though, I know that.
Oh, I'm not questioning that, but if it's gonna become our problem and our expense, what are we
Where do you
paying
go
them?
to see it?
It's on our website. There's a link on our website.
Okay, and it just, you can follow Google link too.
Okay,
Alright.
I will bring back next meeting.
We all have copies of the consent agenda. Move to approve.
Support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any addition or changes to the bills?
No.
Any questions from anyone on the bills as presented?
Make a motion to pay the bills at $13,142.10.
Speed signs?
Ones
You
we
guys
voted on
approved those
last.
last week, or last month?
Oh, we haven't seen them.
No.
They're never paying ahead of time.
Robin, second by Brenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Anything with the attorney? I have nothing.
No.
Department head reports or requests, Thomas, DPW.
Yeah, we did get a couple of the water sensors in from the insurance company, so just gotta, I've got to have time to download the app and set them up, but we've got them, so we can start working on those.
Cool.
Thanks. Did sell two of the two John Deere mowers already, the old ones. I might have the third one sold too. So they just got a hold of me today, that's very interesting.
Good job.
Yeah.
What did you get for him?
The 28 for the little one, 38 for the big one. Not terrible, but
66.
for the two, and then I still got the third one to sell, which should go for almost that by itself. So because it's quite worth more. So that's the zero turn, the other zero turn.
I should make it close to budget.
Hey, if I can get you 10, then we get. They were the new ones were cheaper than the original product. So we're doing good. Otherwise, everything's going good. We're hammering away at things. So.
Questions for Thomas? Police, Kevin's here.
Things are going good, definitely can see an uptick, on the weekends, with people coming back to town, opening cottages, so we're just trying to ramp up and get busy again.
Questions for Kevin?
Just a comment. We appreciated your quick responsiveness on our street this week when there were a few things going on.
No problem.
Just by chance. But it was our street. It was in the village in general.
Yeah.
It's just so wild.
Clerk treasurer's report? Amanda?
What do I have? The only thing I have is if for an update on the short-term rentals, we are currently at 16 approved. I have 4 that I need a few additional pieces of information, so 20 potentially, as of today. And out of those 20, 16 are in the residential zone.
Perfect.
Coming along
Thanks for that.
decently on those.
Anyone have any questions for Amanda? We'll go through the committees quick. Finance, grants, and insurance, anyone?
Nothing new.
Labor, personnel, and police?
I do have some things. I've been working on the employee handbook. I'll give you a really fast synopsis of it. I think they're very well written. They're easy to read. A bulk of the handbook is federally mandated things like the EO, the FMLA things, family and medical leave. So all of that has to be in there. We need some updates as far as sick leave because the state regulations have changed. Some overtime / comp things have to be reviewed by Kyle as well. And then Amanda called it to my attention that our insurance company recommends a social media policy. So I gave Amanda, well, first of all, the one I printed off was originally longer than the whole employee handbook put together. So I shrank it, and the abbreviated version is with Amanda to get to Kyle. So once he looks it over, we'll have better
Like
recommendations.
policies for employees?
Yep, pretty much. Yeah, and for example, you can spell out what type of things they could post on. Like if you just say you want employees to only be able to post on Facebook, you know, and approved sites, that type of thing. There can be things like, well, most places recommend that you don't have anything political on it, anything divisive or incendiary, things like that. So I'm sure Kyle has seen them before, but I gave the one that I could find to Amanda to pass along to him. So as soon as we hear back from Kyle, then we'll bring that to the whole council.
I think that sounds great. Motor pool operations. We touched on our ordinances quite a bit already. Anything
Yes.
else?
That's enough.
Parks and Recreation.
I've got one thing I want to bring to, just kind of add to the later, discussion, cause I've got some questions with, we actually had a softball team this year at North Huron. So we've had a little more activity at the ball fields, which has been really nice. But North Huron also has a new superintendent, so he was kind of asking, you know, what's the arrangement? Who does what at the fields in regards to the, you know, baseball facilities and that sort of thing. So I think in the future, we've never had anything in writing with the school that says, village will do this, school, we ask you to do this. Because one of the questions was, well, who buys diamond dust for, you know, the red dirt for the fields? They want some more around the pitching mound or something. So typically that's always been done by the school, but there's nothing in writing that says that. So I think we can work with the new superintendent, maybe the athletic director, you know, through once school gets out and they've got more time to do stuff, we can sit down and kind of write something up that, yes, we agree to do this, they agree to do that, and kind of just have that in writing so that there's no questions moving forward. If, you know, get a new athletic director or another new superintendent that's there. Like, this is who's responsible for what. So just something to think about, you know.
Will you
moving
start
forward.
that list and stay on that? You're working.
I can work on that with them. Yeah, stay on that.
Those
So
questions.
yeah. Other than that, yep.
Buildings, grounds, or streets. Market or the Bird Creek project.
Looking nice.
It is.
It's coming along. I don't know, I mean, I think the updates are, we're hoping to be done for the car show on Father's Day weekend, so. That's the goal. I'm sure there'll be loose ends still, but that is the goal as of right now, so.
What was the date you said on the car show?
Whatever Father's Day, it's a
Good.
Saturday of
Yeah.
Father's Day.
And then we're gonna want to figure out a grand opening shortly after.
The grand openings don't have to be the first, anything.
No,
still happen,
but
yeah.
End of June, beginning of July.
Council member comments. Justin,
Nothing, thank you.
TJ, Brenda,
Most of
Robin,
What's that?
John.
Good.
I don't have anything.
Motion to adjourn?
Robin, Lori.